First off, he won the very first race in 1966, but not.
Yeah, and he has gotten so much crap for what he did. And BRE was, you know, pure as the driven snow. We never did cheat in the Trans Am, but you know, some of the SCCA rules are so stupid that you have to use a little ingenuity. And when we were running the 240Z, which was the car we ran before the 510, we dropped the brand new car down at the ride height we wanted it to be, and it had so much negative camber, we thought, we can't run it like this. So we moved some pickup points, and we made these bolts. Mac, do you remember those bolts? Could you hold that up just a little bit higher? I think people in the back want to see that bolt.
If you think it looks a little offset. Do you think it has an adjustment factor built into the bolt? If you look at it in this direction, you can see exactly what I'm talking about, how far off center.
It's only a quarter of an inch.
What's that?
Only a quarter
And cast into the front of it was Hallibrand Engineering or American Racing, I can't remember which. And right below that it said Team Cougar. It was actually cast right into the side of the rim. And you flipped it over, and on the back was 9.000 by 15 in an 8-inch wheel rule. So because that was important, and it's still important. But I'll bet the Ford guys know what the Chevy guys did. And so I was just kind of curious if any of you Ford guys have any clue as to anything that those other guys might have done.
Actually, I didn't realize that this was such a illegal bunch of guys up here. You know? We certainly didn't do that. I never did that. If my car owner might have done something like that. The only thing I might have done is cut across the infield or something like that.
But I can tell you for certain that the Mustang, in every dimension, was a 1 inch smaller than. But you couldn't measure it at the track and say for sure that it was. So. Anyway.
People who were able to go the extra lap to win the race miraculously while everyone else had to stop for a splash of fuel. There were people who I think were involved in a racing accident maybe after '72, and the crew chief jumped over the wall and started picking up the tail lights. He only picked up the tail lights. He left the rest of the shrapnel all over the track, but he picked up the tail lights and quickly spirited those back into his locker. And what could possibly have been in those taillights to make them so incredibly important?